Hi, George here. Premiere Elements 2026 has a lot of new features, and in this video I want to take a look at the new fonts that are included. There's some really fun stuff in here. And if you're looking for complete training for Premiere Elements, I do have that. There's a link for that at the top of the description. Let's add in some text in here and look at the new color fonts. Let's go up here to Titles and Shapes, into a new text layer. Text right there. Here's a new text layer. Let's make this larger so it's easier to see. I'll just stretch that up like that. Let's just get this right over in here. If you double click, you can change the typeface or the font. For instance, here's Mistral, not one of the new ones. Let me show you these new color fonts in here. Now you can't see the color over here right-hand side. Some of these fonts do say color in the name, but you pretty much have to know what they are. So first one I'll take a look at is Trajan Color. It's way down on our list right down here. Here's the Trajan section, and here's Trajan Color. Like that, so it's kind of a gold-looking typeface. Let's click on that one. Look at our next one in here, which is Gilbert. It's right here. We have Gilbert and Gilbert Color. There we go. This was kind of fun. Okay, double click on this one. Next one's Calnea. Let's just find that. Here we go, Calnea Glaze. And that's just a white layer. We have Calnea Glaze Expanded and Calnea Glaze Semi-Expanded. Even though we're not seeing any color in here, this is considered a color font. Okay, let's take a look at our next one here. This is Prime Color. Down here a little bit. Here we go. Now, Prime Color has several. Prime Color B, CV1, G, M, and R. We'll start at the top, Prime Color B, and the B stands for blue, so it has a basic blue coloration to that. Double click, and here's our CV1. This is just the standard typeface, even though it's in a color font. The color in this case is white. Double click on that one. Here's the color G. Let's double click on that one. Color M. This is a multicolor, so the M's for multicolor. Double click on that. And our final one here is color R, and this is basically red tints in there. So that's a real interesting looking typeface like that. Okay, double click. And another one here is called 64. Let's see if we can find this one. 64 Convergence right here. Again, no real color in this, but it does have several different weights. Let's take a look at our close right here. So there are different weights involved in this one. So it's more of a customizable typeface. Okay, then we have one called Bungee. Way back up here towards the top. It's right here, Bungee Spice and Bungee Tint. Here's Bungee Spice, and let's take a look at the Bungee Tint. So one's in black and one is in white, but they're both considered color typefaces. Then we have one called Honk, which gives us a bit more options on this one. One of the interesting things about these color typefaces is that you can have several different variations on the shape of the text in here. So here we have Brush. This is Ninja, a little different look on that. I'm going to move this up here towards the top where it's easier to see. I'll put it on the sky like that. That'll be easier to read. Here's Irregular. This is almost like a different typeface, but it's still all the same one. Here's Regular. Let's do one more of these in here. Have a Wood Look. Looks like it's a totally different typeface, but in actuality, it's just variations on the same typeface. Sometimes these color fonts will have variations like this. Sometimes they'll have variations in color. Okay, let's take a look at one more down here. This one is Nabla. We'll find that. They're only showing Regular on this one. But if you look at this typeface over in Photoshop Elements, you get some different options, different choices in there. So this one's a little limited here in Premiere Elements, but it is basically a color font. Another one to take a look at here is called Fold It. Let's find this one. And again, this has several different variations built right into the font. And then our final one here is Sudegnac, and that's way down here someplace. Let's find that one. Here we go. This one has 4 color variations, blue, green, orange, and red. Let's take a look at the blue coloration. And it's just different colors on the same typeface. So this is just the beginning of getting fancier typefaces that can do a lot more here. And we're just seeing them beginning this year. You'll be seeing a lot more of these in the future, where the font will have a lot more stuff to it. It'll have different variations, different colors, a lot of things, a lot more than just bold, italic, semi-bold, things like that. A whole new style of font that we'll be seeing a lot more of in the years to come. And as I mentioned before, if you're looking for a complete training for Premiere Elements, I do have a course for that. It's an online video course. Takes you through the whole program, and I'll put a link for that at the top of the description. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any videos in the future, and I'll see you next time.